safer world is possible, and together we can and will make it happen. Thank you.
When you show up in community, you find that group that makes you feel like home, but oftentimes you also find yourself again.
We want your calls on this now. Do Harry and Meghan deserve a TV award for their Netflix documentary? Their 6-part series has been shortlisted for the prestigious Hollywood Critics Award. That's despite controversy over some claims in the documentary, including unconscious bias in the royal family and a racist feeding frenzy on Meghan in the British press. So let's remind ourselves just of what has earned them that nomination. Documentaries, it's the music that really gets the sort of drama going. Okay, just a reminder that 0207 862 2222 is the number for your views on this one. We'll start with you, Dr. Shola. You're always quite an advocate of Harry and Meghan. Do you think they deserve this TV award?
Yes, and it's not about them, it's the documentary. People, please, before you start bringing your, and I don't mean you, my dear, I mean those who go, oh, why should they get it? Oh my God. No, the award is for the best streaming non-fiction series. That means that people out there were streaming them. So which documentary got the most streaming? That kind of thing. And if they got the best streaming, then they should get, the documentary should get the award. And I think particularly in terms of content, it was a powerful documentary because it wasn't just telling their story, being that it was their first time publicly sharing, giving their own side of the story, but because it set the scene. It gave us the understanding about what was going on with Harry and Meghan, with the backdrop of Brexit, so the political issues going on in Britain, and then the socio-cultural issues around race, racism, and race relations. And of course, the way that the power of the media and how the media enabled and manipulated minds with the kind of information they put out there. In this case, nobody cared about, let's apply caution for fact checking. And nobody clearly from the reactions even cared about Meghan Markle's mental health. But in terms of getting an award, yes, I see no reason why it shouldn't if it is one of the best streaming documentaries on Netflix, and that's the point.
Okay,
whether
but the
you
award,
like them or not.
The award isn't necessarily for the most streamed documentary.
Yeah,
it's for the best documentary.
Streaming.
And I just wonder, one of the criticisms that the documentary itself faces is that it is a very one-sided story.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the Critics Award, okay? So I would expect it to be rewarding to an innovative or well-made, technically well-made documentary. It's not just about the fact that they got the two of them to talk to camera and to make sorts of revelations, which, yes, resulted in it being massively streamed. And I don't think, for me, it was groundbreaking in any sense of as a documentary. I mean,
we've got an insight into the royal family that we've never had before. That's quite, but it's still groundbreaking.
But I watched the Lewis Capaldi documentary that's also on at the moment, that's on, I think it's also be Netflix. And that's a very good documentary. Similar, somebody talking to camera about their own life. You learn things you didn't know. In his case, it tells you about Tourette's. So there are lots of good documentaries. I think the problem is that they appear to have been showered with all sorts of awards. And it's, if you want to, if you were Netflix and you wanted to get publicity, giving them an award allows more publicity for Netflix. So I think it's not really for them. It's a commercial
28 million households watched.
They did.
So there has to be some sort of merit
that's
involved
the award,
in that.
isn't it?
That's the point. Not only was it incredibly well streamed, but in terms of content, it generated global public interest. And whether or not you and I can sit here and talk to the sun comes down about whether what we agreed with in the content or not, I think the reality is that the content gave people an insight. And not just an insight, because you said it was one-sided. Well, I'm sorry, we've been hearing the side of the royal family for years before Harry and Meghan did this documentary. It was always, palace sources and all kinds of stuff. We heard from the royal family.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that was palace sources, though, so I never really knew that
we never heard from the Queen. We did not.
You know what, let's put it this way. I hear from Buckingham.
The timing of that documentary
No, I hear from Buckingham Palace, I most definitely am hearing from the Queen. I hear from palace sources, I most definitely am hearing from the Queen. Because at the end of the day, the buck stopped with her. And let's not forget, all of the recollections may vary.
Which I thought was a very elegant.
That came from the Queen too.
That was, my goodness, that was very self-control.
This is the point right here. Using words like, it was very elegant. And then when Harry and Meghan give their own responses, oh, that's not right. No, people.
Because there was one side of when the document came out who were just blurting everything they felt, with all about feelings. And there was another side. There was another side, which is the Queen, which is recollections may vary.
Oh,
and
please.
I know which side I would prefer
that.
to be on.
For about 3 or more years, they sent out information about Harry
according
and Meghan.
to Harry and Meghan.
Not according. I mean, you don't need to have either GCSEs or I don't know. You don't. You just apply some deductive reasoning.
Unless you have facts, it is according to them.
Well,
yes.
all of the information and all of the headlines and all of the so-called palace sources, which Harry and Meghan then backed up as, when this happened, these were the people who knew it. We know that it came from the royal family. But you know what?
But we don't know.
We do know. We do know.
That's the point.
And I think it's being disingenuous to say you don't know.
Was it Prince William's secretary that reported the recollections may vary? I don't know.
No, that came from Buckingham Palace, if I remember correctly.
Well, that was a private.
And the other thing was, a lot of what they talked about was in response to a lot of things that had been said about them that had been released.
But Shola, you have
from the
to
palace.
accept that even in the documentary, I hear that, everybody's got different points of view on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But in the documentary, things were said and have been said by Meghan and Harry that have been questioned and disputed by individuals that were involved in that situation too.
But the
so
reality
what
is,
I'm saying is there may have been mistruths or misinterpretations of what happened on both sides.
Okay. So you're trying to say they're good people on both sides, right? Whether they are or not.
I don't know any of them.
Whether they are or not, I think the bottom line for this documentary is that it was not only incredibly well streamed, the content itself for a lot of people came across as powerful because they were telling their side of the story and responding to a lot of the information that had come out from the royal family against them, about them. And it was the first time, for instance, them also responding to the
but
the
they
reception.
weren't questioned forensically by anybody,
but they were responding to also the reactions from the Oprah interview. And when you say nobody was forensically interviewing them.
It wasn't an
I'm
investigative
sorry.
documentary.
Thank you. It was not meant to be an investigative documentary. And the royal family has never been forensically interviewed about things that they have released about Harry and Meghan. So I think it should work both ways. And I don't think this was meant to be investigative. It was meant to be them telling...
An observation of their story.
They also had experts on there to talk about the impact of the environment in terms of Brexit, and the culture in terms of racism.
I think
all of that spoke strongly.
I thoroughly enjoyed the documentary, and I think putting their situation in context and bringing up all these other issues was incredibly compelling. And actually, I think just Netflix has it absolutely made. But
if it had been a panorama...
It's the music as well that gets me. I'm in there with the music.
If it had been a panorama, all those claims would have been tested.
Of course they would, but it wasn't.
None of the claims were tested.
But it wasn't a panorama.
I agree. It's really powerful.
The royal family
I know it's really powerful, but I also think that it's been quite damaging internationally because for the country, this image of us as a country.
Okay, well,
I think that's you can't.
I am not going to blame Harry and Meghan for the impact and choices made by people in the royal family. People
what about
in
for
the
their
media.
own choices?
No, let me finish.
It's actually interesting.
I'm not going to blame them for that because this country was already in a cesspit of racism.
Hello and a warm welcome to Sussexful. I am your host, Emma. Like, comment, and subscribe to Sussexful. Today you will see Dr. Shola break down the question of whether Harry and Meghan deserve a TV award with Lowry Turner on Storm Huntley. You see the impact of their work in the numbers. Their projects keep rising because viewers respond to clear ideas and clean delivery. You see strong engagement on every platform they touch. This shows real public interest that does not rely on tabloid noise. UK tabloids react with anger because steady success exposes weak claims. The more the Sussexes grow, the more the old narratives fall apart. Dr. Shola calls out the bias that shapes how some people talk about Meghan. She points out how race influences the way certain critics frame her. You see this pattern every time Meghan gains attention. The pushback is loud, but it does not match the actual data. So, the Netflix documentary earned its nomination because of viewership metrics. It actually ranked among the most watched documentary films on the platform. This really wasn't a random pick. The category has clear rules, and the series qualified because of its performance. If anyone questions the truth in the documentary, well, they can test those claims in court. That's how accuracy gets judged. The nomination reflects impact, not bias. It just shows how audiences choose for themselves when they're not filtered through tabloid headlines. Dr. Shola explains how public opinion changes when people hear direct voices instead of distorted commentary. Lowry Turner adds perspective from the panel, but the core data remains the same. The series performed well, and the nomination followed the process. Harry and Meghan continue to build projects that sustain interest. This pattern really shows consistency, not hype. Their work draws attention from people who value substance. Critics react, but, reaction is not evidence. You see a clear trend here. Strong output brings strong results. That is why the tabloid cycle keeps struggling to control the narrative. The nomination of the Harry and Meghan documentary series for a television award is honestly a testament to the compelling and impactful nature of their storytelling. Despite the ongoing criticism and harassment from certain factions, this recognition really underscores the power of their voice and the importance of their narrative. While some may question the legitimacy of the award, the fact remains that the series has resonated with a large audience, sparking important conversations and shining a light on the challenges faced by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Ultimately, the nomination serves as a validation of their commitment to authenticity and their ability to captivate viewers, regardless of the ongoing attempts to discredit their experiences. Harry and Meghan have undoubtedly proven themselves to be a hardworking power couple, tackling a diverse range of projects and initiatives. Despite the relentless scrutiny from certain tabloids, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have consistently demonstrated their commitment to making a positive impact through their philanthropic endeavors. Their Netflix documentary, which captured the public's attention, was recently nominated for a prestigious award, further solidifying their status as influential public figures. While there may be differing opinions on the legal merits of various disputes, their accomplishments and work ethic remain undeniable. It's really no surprise that the UK tabloids are likely to respond with harsh criticism towards Harry and Meghan's success. These publications have long had an adversarial relationship with the couple, constantly scrutinizing their every move and seeking to portray them in a negative light. Now, as Harry and Meghan continue to thrive on the global stage, the tabloids will likely be kicking and screaming over their accomplishments. They may even resort to petty attacks and sensationalized reporting in a desperate attempt to undermine the couple's achievements. However, their efforts are unlikely to dampen the public's enthusiasm for Harry and Meghan's important work. The couple's supporters will continue to celebrate their well-deserved accolades, unfazed by the tabloids' predictable vitriol. Dr. Shola loves and supports Harry and Meghan, as she believes they are an important part of the Black community. She understands that, the racists will never agree with this sentiment, as they are blinded by their own prejudices. Despite the ongoing attacks and harassment campaigns against the couple, Dr. Shola remains steadfast in her admiration for their accomplishments and continues to champion their cause. She recognizes that Harry and Meghan are a powerful force, working tirelessly on their projects, and she celebrates their recent nomination for the most watched documentary film on Netflix. The recent news that Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary has been nominated for a prestigious award has sparked a flurry of reactions. The documentary, which has been hailed as one of the most watched of its kind, has been recognized for its powerful storytelling and the couple's unwavering commitment to sharing their unique perspective. While the tabloids in the UK may continue their relentless attacks, the nomination serves as a testament to the impact of the film and the couple's ability to captivate audiences worldwide. As Dr. Shola rightly points out, the racist voices will never agree that Harry and Meghan have anything to offer the Black community, but the recognition of their work on this platform speaks volumes. Ultimately, the true measure of their success lies not in the opinions of their critics, but in the hearts and minds of those who have been touched by their story. If one wishes to assess the lawful nature of the narrative, the appropriate course of action would be to present the case before a court of law. The nomination of the Harry and Meghan documentary was made within a specific category, indicating that the work was recognized and evaluated within the parameters of that particular awards program. While opinions may vary on the merits of the project, the formal legal process is the proper avenue to address any concerns about the legitimacy of the nomination or the claims made within the documentary. The announcement of the Harry and Meghan documentary's nomination has generated significant attention and discussion, both among supporters and critics of the couple. Proponents have hailed the recognition as a well-deserved acknowledgement of the Sussexes' ability to craft a compelling narrative, while skeptics have questioned the merits of the nomination, arguing that legal issues surrounding the couple should take precedence. Nonetheless, the nomination has undoubtedly sparked a renewed debate about the Sussexes' public persona and the media's treatment of them, further underscoring the polarizing nature of their story. The nomination for Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary is a significant recognition of their impactful work and advocacy. It reflects the widespread interest and acclaim their projects have garnered, transcending the relentless criticism they face from certain tabloids and individuals. Despite the ongoing efforts to discredit them, this nomination stands as a testament to the power of their voices and the meaningful contributions they make through their platform. This accolade underscores the importance of their work and its ability to resonate with viewers, ultimately elevating important conversations and bringing greater awareness to the causes they champion. Despite the ongoing attacks and legal battles from Samantha Markle, Harry and Meghan will likely continue to forge ahead with their impactful projects and initiatives. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to using their platform to drive positive change on a global scale. Whether it's their work with Archewell Foundation, their high-profile interviews, or their various content productions, Harry and Meghan have shown a remarkable ability to transcend the noise and remain focused on issues that truly matter. As they navigate the challenges presented by Samantha's latest legal maneuvers, the public can expect the couple to remain resolute in their efforts to make a meaningful difference in the world.